Hi, Aries, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your December 26, 2023 full moon reading for you. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps me out tremendously, and it helps this channel be seen by the YouTube algorithm. So, thank you so very much for doing so. So, let's see what the tarot has to say. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. So we're crowned by the King of Wands, which is fantastic because we are the King of Wands in the Minor Arcana. We have the Eight of Wands reversed. We have the King of Swords reversed, which makes perfect sense once we get into the astrology of it all. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. We have the Lovers, which is beautiful, also Gemini energy, a time frame of May 21st to June 20th. We have the Ace of Cups, and we have the Star, which is also Aquarius energy coming through. This is reversed, a time frame of January 20th to February 18th. So all in all, we have a lot going on, but we are stepping into our power as we embrace this full moon, which is at 4 degrees 58 minutes in Cancer. And Cancer is ruled by the moon. So this is a time where the moon and Cancer, they just feel very much at home with each other. It is comforting. It is beautiful. It is powerful. We have the sun at 4 degrees 58 minutes in Capricorn. Now, do be mindful about this because of course, Cancer and Capricorn, they're sister signs. They can bring out the best in each other. They can bring out the worst in each other. The moon reflects the sun's light. So in Cancer, right? The moon is in Cancer, reflecting the sun's light in Capricorn. There's going to be some things that come out where we're like, oh, I didn't look at it that way before. Oh, I didn't see it like that. Or, oh, I didn't know. So just being aware of this energy coming forward is going to be a big deal. We are the King of Wands, and the Wands, fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. It's not just, Aries energy, but since we're talking about us here, Aries, it's going to be very powerful. We're the highest court card, right? The king is the highest court card. And there's a sense of, this is my determination, this is my focus, this is my insight. We're not afraid to speak up for ourselves. We're not afraid to really look at, what do I want? Where do I need to be? How do I need to move forward for me? Understanding that with the Eight of Wands reversed, things can seem to move very slowly during this moon, during this time. It's like, okay, am I truly where I want to be? Or, shouldn't things be moving more quickly? And spirits just kind of like cherish this. It's kind of like drinking a nice warm cup of hot cocoa or tea or coffee, whatever it is that tickles your fancy. There's a sense here of like, sit and savor it. Sit and savor this moon, even though we're going to be really frustrated and be like, okay, we need to keep on moving forward. We need to keep on going with it. So here, slowing it down is going to be really, really powerful for us. Now, the King of Swords is reversed. Now, Swords is air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. We have Gemini right here. There can be represented by the Lovers. So with the Lovers, there is a sense of falling in love with our lives, of embracing love. We can find that we fall in love during this time. It can be our hearts are very open, and there's a sense of, what do I love? What do I need? What do I want in this world? Am I embracing the two sides of me? Am I seeing the very different aspects of myself and honoring that? Am I falling in love with my life? With the King of Swords reversed, there is a Mercury squared Mars that's coming up, that with this here, that's coming up on the 26th with the King of Swords. There we go. With the King of Swords reversed, be mindful of your words. All right? Because Mercury in Mars, we're going to feel it a bit more. So just be mindful about your words. Think before we speak, like take a breath, like take a beat, and then go forward. So just be aware of this. With the Ace of Cups, God, Source, Spirit, however you see the divine, the universe is handing you a gift of healing, beautiful love. There is a sense of emotions coming in. And, Cancer is a water sign energy. Water sign energies are represented by the cups in the minor arcana. There's a real sense that this moon gives us a powerful gift. Do we see it right away? No, most likely not, because we don't have, a court card with the cups here taking this gift of the Nine of Cups from divinity, from the universe. We could have it in the subconscious. We could very well, but it's not showing up right now. So we're going to be learning a lot from this moon. We're going to be understanding a lot from this moon. We're just not going to see it instantaneously. And that's also seen with the Eight of Wands reversed. With the Star reversed, we can have a tendency during this time where we can be dealing with people who are very, I'm going to say delusional. And I don't mean that in, well, okay, so delusional, it could be in a bad way. Like they don't have the best grip of reality. So just be mindful about that. Could be an Aquarius energy, but it could also be just somebody in our world who tends to live either in a fantasy world or they have some sort of disorder to them where it's hard for them to be in this reality. So just be mindful about this during this time. It's not to be angry or hurtful or hateful towards anyone. It's just saying, hey, listen, be aware of this because in one way or another, this could be affecting us. With the star also reversed, our dreams can be a lot more real than our reality. And we can get a little bit sad about that. So just be aware that we can sit there and be like, oh, but this is all that I've dreamt of. And my deepest soul's wish and desire hasn't come true right now. And I need it to come true right now, or else it means that the universe isn't on my side. And Spirit's like, okay, don't be so dramatic because we can tend to be during this time. So just be aware of this. Also be aware, if you have Aries anywhere else in your chart, this part of your personality, can come out. Like, is it Aries? Yeah, it's Aries in your chart that it can come out in different places. So just be aware of that. Or also if you have Aquarius in your chart anywhere, that it can be like, okay, this is my deepest wish. Why isn't it coming forward? So just be mindful about this during this time, Aries. Okay? Yeah. Yeah, because there's a sense here of this is what my soul has longed for. And I don't see it, coming fully into my own right now. And Spirit's like, no, just wait. We're wanting it in our time, which I mean, we could have very good reason for wanting it in our time, but Spirit wants us to have faith to have it in Spirit's time. But it can feel like if I keep on waiting for you, Spirit, I'm going to be like, it's going to be forever, right? I'm never going to get there. So let's see what Spirit has to say. Angels and Spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and Spirit guides. Here we have mindful. And that's so important. Didn't Spirit say with the King of Swords, just be mindful. Be mindful of the way that we react to things, but let our mind be full. Excuse me, I'm going to cough. I do apologize. Let our mind be full. It will be very easy to let other people's opinions, other people's ideas come into our mind, really hold on to us. And this is a time where we need to say, okay, where's my voice? What do I desire? What do I want? What do I need? Where's Gemini in your chart? If you don't know, you don't have to. But there's a sense here of what's the duality of me, but also, am I doing something so that somebody else will like it? Or am I doing something because I love it? Let our mind be full of our reality, whether we want to see it or whether we don't. And so that's going to be important. Our chakra message, angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides, is forgiveness. And this is the heart chakra. Now, whenever I see forgiveness, we usually think, oh, okay, forgiving somebody, that could have relevance, especially during the holiday season. But when the heart chakra comes forward for me, especially, it's a sense of, have you forgiven yourself? Have you forgiven yourself for the mistakes we might not have known were mistakes when we made them, right? For the people we let into our lives that hurt us, or the missteps we've made along the way. Have we forgiven ourselves? There's a sense here we carry a lot. Whether, people would say, oh, that's just that you carry that burden, or they would say, why are you even upset about that? It doesn't matter. Our psyche, it carries a lot. And this is a time to forgive ourselves and to free ourselves and to see ourselves stepping forward in what we deeply need for us. So just be open and honest with that. Our subconscious, not subconscious, but our energy to be mindful of, angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides, angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. So here we have two. We have the Death card reversed. Now this is Scorpio energy, time frame of October 23rd to November 21st. But this is also secret. So we might not be getting on the best with a Scorpio energy, but it's also the sense here of we need to be mindful of secrets. We need to be mindful of kind of keeping things to ourselves, or thinking, oh, it has to be like this or it has to be like that, kind of being very used to secrets and diving into the world of secrets. I see it more like we're more used to just having to deal with it on our own, like just having to take it on, just take it on, shut your mouth, just take it on, shut your mouth type of thing. And Spirit is saying here that that's what a secret is. And it might not be, thought of as I'm keeping these secrets, but it's like just a sense of maybe even being too stoic. I just see that. It's a sense of, but this is mine to bear. And Spirit is saying, let it go. We can also be dealing with somebody like that in our lives and we don't know it. We don't know that they're really sensitive and we don't know that they're really going through an intense time because it's just, they have a prickliness to them. They do. They have a prickliness to them where it's almost like, a prickly pear. I'm okay. So oddest image to come forward is from the Jungle Book, right? When the Disney movie, The Jungle Book, when Baloo says, prickly pear with your claws, like pick the pear with your claws type of thing. So don't let yourself be hurt, use the tools that you have. And that's going to be the energy that I see here for that. Now, this could also be the person's favorite movie or, some sort of connection can be that way. But I'm just seeing that like Blue saying, use the tools that you have. With the Six of Swords in the energy to be mindful of, we may give it an appearance of moving forward with a lot of bravado, a lot of, yeah, I got this, like I understand this, I know what I want, I know where I'm going type of thing. And there's an insecurity to us that Spirit's like, okay, you can acknowledge that. We can say, oh, okay, I'm not really sure this is where I want to be, or this is how I want to be moving forward. Or, I have a lot of questions, but I do know I need to be moving forward. We do know that we need to be moving. So that's also interesting, especially since we see during this time that things are slowing down. So that sense of I have to be moving, that can really want to override Spirit saying, slow it down and center yourself. Slow it down and center yourself. So again, this full moon is in Capricorn. It's at 4 degrees, 58 minutes. Not Capricorn, I do apologize. In Cancer, it's at 4 degrees, 58 minutes in Cancer. And it is the third full moon in a series of 6 full moons that bring a strong sense of completion to us. So we're really feeling like I've come to a completion of a cycle. I know things more during this time, and we'll see that for the next, 3 full moons to come. This moon is ruled by Cancer, which is sensitive, sympathetic, empathic. It's cozy. It's like if we just feel comfortable here, it's kind of like, just like a warm, cozy moon to be under. It's very caring also as well. So when we see ourselves coming forward with the King of Wands, there's a sense of like, I can handle things, right? I can take care of things. I can take care of myself. I can take care of others. But we have this strong need to feel nurtured ourselves as well as nurturing others. So with Cancer, nurturing others kind of always comes first. And Spirit is saying here, nurture yourself as well as you nurture others. Embrace what you love, embrace your passions, and embrace your fire. And start to see that moving forward. This moon is our emotional security, right? And Cancer is emotional security. The sun is our economic and financial security. And that is very much Capricorn. So they're both very suited for each other. During this time, they can complement each other so well. We can feel at night, okay, I'm stepping into my emotional security, my coziness, my comfort. And then during the day, I'm stepping into my power, my assertion, my determination. And that really does suit the King of Wands quite well. It's like, oh yeah, I got this. Now, there are 3 powerful sextiles during this moon. There's the Sun sextile Saturn in Pisces. There's Saturn sextile Jupiter. And there's Jupiter sextile the full moon. Now, these are opportunities that may be coming at us. Like these bring opportunities. And there's a nurturing type of growth around us also during this time. And it's a very supportive time. So we're going to see ourselves becoming more confident. It's like, oh, okay, I can see opportunities coming forward. I can see where it is that I need to be. We are bringing something forward that is going to be very powerful for our future. And there is a sense here. I see it as the Lovers, but it's also as the Ace of Cups. It's almost like we're looking at what we deeply want now. And there's also a bit of bitterness here. So you could have tried to go for this before. Now we have these 3 sextiles, right? And there's a sense, okay, I'm bringing something forward that has great potential for the rest of my life. But we have to understand that expansion is coming forward very, very powerfully during this full moon, but also caution. So we need to balance them both out. And we can see where there were times before where we stepped out of our comfort zone, right? And we went after what we deeply desired, what we wanted, and our dreams didn't come true, right? Our wish wasn't granted. And so this can make us very cynical. How do I move forward? How do I go after what I want? What do I want? Where do I need to be? So just be mindful about this as well, because Spirit is showing here that a lot of our dreams are coming forward, but with the swords reversed, with like the King of Swords, the Queen of Swords, even the Knight and the Page of Swords. So that's all the court signs of the sword reversed. We can have negative talk come into our space. And what Spirit is saying here is like, hey, listen, you can have negative self-talk. And you can have people around you who said, no, you can't do this. No, you can't move forward this way. No, it's not going to be like this. And this is a time to decide your destiny. This is a time to say, this is what I want. This is what I need. This is how I'm moving forward for me. And this is what I'm going after. And one of our greatest challenges during this time will be our own mind and will be the lies that others told us, but also that we bought into. We kind of agreed with them along the way. And that's going to be part of the forgiveness process. Now, the sun is trine Jupiter. Okay, this brings expanding visions, and it also brings higher consciousness coming forward. And once again, Capricorn is conjunct one of the four world stars of Persia, Fomalhaut. And here, with Fomalhaut, so it is in 3 degrees of Pisces and only moves 1 degree every 72 years. So we become really intimately connected with this energy, and that's going to be powerful. So this is linked, Fomalhaut is linked to the Archangel Gabriel, which, is the messenger of God, right? It's Archangel Gabriel that delivers the messages, that is God's mouthpiece. And this is going to be a time where we're connecting with that energy. The universe is talking to us. We're like, oh my gosh, I feel like I'm getting messages. That's because you are. That's because you are. This is going to be a time where divinity talks to us. We need to listen. And it's calming down, slowing, stabilizing ourselves, and listening. And that's going to be really important because we're going to start to see what we really love and what we really want. And we're also going to start to get in touch with our deeper dream again, because it's not only that our dream didn't come true, but it can be that we thought it's silly, right? My dream that I had once upon a time when I was a teenager or whenever that was really sacred and really important to me is just silly, and it's not going to happen. And Spirit is reconnecting us again with its messages. Divinity is bringing forward its messages, and we're going to see that. This is also, Archangel Gabriel is a spiritual teacher. So we're going to see that. Now, it's interesting because Fomalhaut is also linked to serpents and dragons, which we can think, oh my gosh, strength and transformation. No, in Persian mythology, those are demons. So what's very interesting is that we have this beautiful archangel that speaks, that is the mouthpiece of divinity. And then we have the demons coming forward saying, don't you remember? You don't get to have your dreams. Don't you remember? It all gets to be failure. And here we have to look at, what do you really love? What do I love? What am I passionate about? What is it that keeps on guiding me towards my soul? And where is it that I've let go of my dreams for one reason or another? Am I tired? Have I gotten overwhelmed? Did I start to believe what everybody else was saying? Now, this isn't saying, and I want to make it very clear, Spirit is not saying quit your job, join the circus, run away from your responsibilities. No, Spirit believes very strongly in responsibilities and taking care of what needs to be taken care of. But we also need to take care of ourselves. And with a Cancer full moon, Cancer is like, okay, I can nurture everybody, but I need to nurture me as well. And we could be seeing during this time that there's a sense of, oh, but I need this, right? I need this for me. It's not like I need to acquire something. Actually, we can be looking at things and saying, I don't need any more stuff. Thank you very much. There's also going to be a powerful realization of that. But I need to stand in my power. I need to stand in who I am. And I need to say what's important to me. And what do I love and what do I want? So the heart is really talking to us. Jupiter is at 5 degrees of Taurus. And this is taking another step forward in our finances. So we're going to see things like, okay, I can do this, I can do that, or things become a little bit more clear. And that's where our King of Wands energy comes in. And it's like, yeah, I can see that. I got that. And that's going to be very good. Now, the North Lunar Node stays in Aries from now until 2024. Now, we can be very comfortable with that, right? Now, the North Lunar Node is known as the head of the dragon. The South Lunar Node is known as the tail. I just like that imagery very much. And so here, we're becoming stronger in our resilience. We're becoming stronger in our resilience, we're becoming more self-sufficient. I know some of us are saying, wait, how strong do I actually have to be? There's a difference between gritting our teeth and just pushing forward because we're going through our crucible, right? And the fires are going to consume us if we stop. And there's a difference in being in that moment of our existence. I stand in my strength. I stand in my power. I know who I am. We are breaking new ground for ourselves. And this is important. During this moon and, for the rest of 2024, what we're going to see is that we're really stepping into the power of I know who I am. I know who I am. And that's going to be extraordinary. Now, Chiron is stationary during this time. And wherever Chiron shows up in our natal chart, okay, that is where our original wound is. That's the place that we're kind of the weakest. You know, Achilles' heel, when his mother dipped him into the river Styx to give him, lasting strength and power and just greatness, right? She held him by his Achilles. So that when he went in, well, she held him by the heel of his foot, like the place where his heel and his ankle, there we go. I was going to say wrist, but that's not right. Met, and that's where your Achilles is, right? So that's where you rip your Achilles tendon. That's how it got its name, because that was his one weak spot. And so this is our one weak spot. Now we can say, okay, I'm not a superhero. I have many weak spots, but this is our main one. This is our main one that we can see all other insecurities and fears and hurts stem from. Now we are meant to turn that wound into our leadership. And we can. We can with the King of Wands. It's like, okay, I see me, I get me, I'm moving forward in me. But with the King of Swords, we can doubt and say, I've always had that wound. Like, I've always had that disability. I've always had that disadvantage. I've always felt like this. It's too late to change. And Spirit's like, don't you dare. So just be mindful of this during this moon, because we're called to nurture ourselves. We're called to stand up for ourselves. That's going to be very important. Now the sun is conjunct the dwarf planet Ixon at 4 degrees of Capricorn. And Ixon wants us to develop our authenticity and follow our bliss, which again is leading us to the lovers. It's like, what do you love? It's filling up our heart. We can find that leading up to this full moon, it depends how moon sensitive we are or celestially sensitive we are. We can find that there are a lot of emotions that come up. We can find ourselves being a little bit more weepy, and we can be sitting there thinking, no, it's the holidays, stop it, I don't want to be weepy, type of thing. But if you need a good cry, let yourself, give yourself that grace to have a good cry. Now, Ixon and the sun conjunct Ixon, all right, is helping us find joy in simplicity. Again, that sense of I don't need more. Now, it's not that I don't need the basics. We do need the basics, but I need to stabilize myself. It's asking, are the rules that we are playing by? Ixon is asking, are the rules that we are playing by the right ones for us? And that's a big question to answer. Mercury is squared Neptune, and this is where we can have some, chaos come into play. We can find that, this is fantastic for the arts. Absolutely brilliant. We can be highly creative, but also we can have a lot of doubt. Okay. Oh no, this isn't the one, but it is. I do see that here. I was like, oh, that's why there's a lot of doubt here. No, it's Mercury squared Mars that we need to be mindful of. Mercury squared Neptune. I do see us having a lot of doubt with bringing things forward, but this is fantastic for the arts. But it also is the grit, in the oyster that makes the pearl. It's that bit of annoyance that, the way a pearl is made, that it's an oyster coats it with, with mucus. And it just keeps on coating it with mucus and mucus until the irritant, the piece of grit, the piece of sand doesn't bother it anymore. It makes a pearl, which is infinitely worthless to the oyster. It's like, oh, well, that's just something I was doing to protect myself from this annoyance. And we find it infinitely valuable. So being aware of that during this time is going to be very important. Our self-doubt can be very, very, very high. Mercury squared Mars. Now, this is where we need to be mindful. Okay? Be mindful of your words. During this time, all of us as a collective, we need to be mindful of our words. We need to take a breath before we respond, because we're going to be very good at just lashing out. We don't need to do that. We are going to be very biting with our words as well, or we can have the potential to be very biting. If we don't take that beat, we don't take that breath, we don't kind of step back into us, we just respond, and that's not going to be where we want to be. We are also going to be very quick-witted. We're going to be sharp-minded and very enthusiastic. Like, seriously, it's like I can take on everything. I can go for it. We'll just be hit by waves of self-doubt. So just be mindful about that, because the wave of self-doubt can be enough. It really can be for some of us to say, not doing that again, not even going to try anymore. And Spirit's like, don't you dare. Now, Pluto is squared the nodal axis of the South Lunar Node and the South Lunar Node. So here, for the whole year, what we are going to see is that this has been, for the whole year of 2023, what we have seen is that this has been a year of choice. We can choose love or fear. We can choose victim or co-creator. And this is going to be a time where we really start to see, what have I chosen? You have the Lovers here. Choose love. We still have time to make our choice, but here, look at all the ways where we could have chosen fear, but we chose love. And embrace that love. And see the way that love is going to be moving us forward, because that's very important. Let's see what the moon has to say for herself. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides, angels. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels. Angels and spirit guides. Okay, interesting. So here with the King of Wands, we have acceptance reversed, and your dreams need a practical plan. There's almost a sense of a difficulty accepting ourselves as powerful, or accepting ourselves as knowing more than we had originally thought. Accepting our power, accepting the crown, right? Accepting the determination and the focus and the insight of the King of Wands, that fire, that determination, that focus, that sense of, these are my passions, this is my skill, this is how I'm accepting me. We're not fully. We're going to think, oh, you can always achieve, you can always succeed more. Not stepping into our power is going to be something we need to work on. Not accepting ourselves fully is going to be something we need to work on. There's almost a sense here of, you can always do better, and your best, is your good, is the best for right now, but it's going to be your good tomorrow. So you'll always be, achieving more. And spirit's like, stop that. You're just going to get yourself upset and add a bitterness to existence that doesn't need to be. Here we have, your dreams need a practical plan. They do. I'm giving those dreams a practical plan, saying, what is it that I'm dreaming of for 2024? Don't make it, well, you can make it like absolutely over the top. Like, I want to live in a mansion and this and that, but take the ego out of it when you're setting your dreams, your intentions, what it is that you desire, what it is that you're shining a spotlight on. Rip it back and rip it back. Go during this time. Remember, especially for 2024, simpler is better, and simpler will just always be just a little bit better. So just be aware of this. It doesn't need to have all the bells and whistles. It brings us then to the sense, and yeah, we can see that with the King of Swords reversed, with the I'm good enough reversed. That sense of, no, I'm not. With the Eight of Wands, with things slowing things down, with the Eight of Wands reversed, with things slowing down, it's a sense of, am I good enough? Am I powerful enough? Do I know what it is that I want? And we're questioning it. And then faith reverse is that we don't have the faith. If it's not moving super fast and we can't see the instantaneous results, we don't have faith in it. And spirit's like, no, slow it down. Let your faith guide you. Let your heart open up. You're going to see what it is that you really want and what it is that you really need. But no, first and foremost, it has to come from that space of, I am enough. Even if we're thinking, oh my gosh, I have so much I need to improve on myself. It's like, okay, good to see. But don't let that rip you apart. I had a time, and I don't know if I told you this story before, but I had a time where I was watching a lot of beauty content here on YouTube. And I've never been really into that stuff, but it was very interesting and it was entertaining and mindless. And I was like, okay, great. And I remember after a while of consuming it, I was like, my gosh, I need a new nose. Like, I need a new nose and probably a whole new face. And I was casually talking to one of my brothers, and I said that, and he was like, what the heck is wrong with you? He's like, when did you ever start thinking like this? So just be aware that what we're consuming, what we're bringing into ourselves, it can really make us doubt that we're enough. And we can be setting ourselves against people. We can be looking at people and thinking, oh, that's the pinnacle of beauty, but it's not who I am. And so stepping back and saying, but this is me. Like, these are my gifts. These are my talents. This is who I am. That's going to be really helpful. Not comparing ourselves against everybody else, and not like, overdoing it. So just be aware of that, because I remember being like, oh, but it's just true. Like, you don't understand. You want this like perfect ratio thing. And he was like, I cannot talk to you anymore. So understanding that energy here, because it's just going to be interesting, because we're going to look at ourselves and see all the flaws, and others are going to look at us and be like, are you mad? Like, are you actually hearing yourself? We then have here gratitude, a sense of moving forward in love and acceptance, connecting. And reverse, it's a time of healing. We're not going to think it's a time of healing. We actually have a really hard time with that right now. This sense of healing and connecting and walking forward in gratitude and love can be, I'm grateful for other people and other things, but it's very hard to focus that around ourselves. And Spirit is saying here, you have to, because it's going to be so important to let in the healing and to let ourselves move forward. And that's going to be a very big thing. Meditate and contemplate. Slow it down. Slow it down. Simple is going to be better. And we're going to see that, and it's going to be shown to us time and time again. 2024, all about simplicity. All about simplicity. Kind of pull it back. What do you really need? Pull it back. What do you really want? It moves us then to purity. As we embrace love, as we let ourselves shine in love, it's the purity of that love. It's the sense of, oh, but this is what's really important to me. It's pulling it back. The meditating, the contemplating, the slowing it down, that is going to be one of the most important things. You're very close to achieving your goals. You are. You're very close to achieving your goals. The resilience, it's harder right now as we are getting this gift of what we love, as the doors are opening. There's this resilience that just seems like, oh, but I've been fighting for so long, right? It has been so hard. It has been so overwhelming. How do I move forward? How do I get to where it is that I want to be? What is it that I want anymore? So these questions arise. Be mindful about this. Okay? You're very close to achieving your goals. We're all just a little bit tired. And we can speculate as to why. It's written in the stars. It's what we've been through as a collective with, health here on Earth and everything like that. But here, it's understanding that we're just a little bit tired. Scale it back. Simplify it. Okay? And know that you're not as far away from what your soul is longing for as you think you are. You're not. Let in the healing, let the emotions flow. I know as fire sign energies, we don't always like to really connect with our emotions and be open and vulnerable. We can, I see it with my nephew who's an Aries, right? He'll get upset and he'll fight back those tears. It's like, no, don't cry. I'm not weak. I'm not a baby. And it's like, it's not being weak or a baby to cry. It's good for you. It's good for you. It releases, everything that we build up inside. And so let yourself release. We wouldn't tell a child, suck up those tears, Don't do it to yourself. It's not good for you. Let yourself release. And this can be a moon where we have a spotlight shine on what we really want, what's really important to us. Cancer has a way of doing that, Where do you really want to be? What is sacred to you? What is beautiful to you? How are you opening up that door? And we might find that we just need a time of releasing. We just need a time to let ourselves feel. It brings us to prosperity lies ahead. It does. Even though we feel like we're so far away from what we wish for, what we desire, what we want, it's like, no, it's not as far away as you think it is. It's not. And also, prosperity lies ahead when we start to align with our dreams. Another thing with the star reversed is that what our soul longs for, we can kind of be out of balance with. And we can say, but this is what I want, this is what will make me happy. And our soul is like, yeah, no. And so we can have that balance going on as well. That little bit of an internal battle. So here, prosperity lies ahead in wisdom. As we embrace our wisdom, as we open up the door and say, this is what I want. The wisdom is also, okay, I'm connecting with my soul again. I'm connecting with myself again. It is wise to slow down. It is wise to simplify. It is wise to scale back. And then the door opens. And then we're like, oh, that's the road I want to be walking, not this one, not the road where everybody else is going. Who wants to go there? I want to see what's over here in the quiet. Our subconscious spirit message is imagine reversed. We need to embrace our imagination more. Give yourself permission just to imagine, just to create, just to think. Open up those doors. It'll be very powerful for you. because we're having a bit of difficulty, we're having a bit of resistance to it. It's like, oh no, I can't let myself just go out in la la land and just think like, what's that? And Spirit is saying to us, it's everything. The ability to create comes when our mind isn't so enthralled in chaos. It brings us to our subconscious, spirit message, chakra message, which is soul's healing. And this is the Earth Star chakra located 6 inches above our crown. And here it's that sense of healing light is coming in, but we're kind of rejecting it. It's like, no, I know my path. I know what it's supposed to be. I don't want to be feeling these feelings or being, kind of overwhelmed by this anymore. And Spirit's like, that's fine. But you're going to have to stop and heal. And either we slow down personally and we say, okay, I'm letting in the healing, or we just become overwhelmed and the chaos just takes over. So just be mindful about this. Spirit will slow us down if we're not slowing down ourselves. Our subconscious energy to be mindful of is the Ace of Cups. Yeah. Be mindful. We don't want to take this gift first and foremost. The Ace of Cups, the cups are always a gift card. They're always a gift card. Be mindful we don't want to take this gift. Be mindful we don't want to feel this deeply. And the moon is going to make us. Be mindful also that once we open up the gate to our emotions, we can find it very hard to close it as tightly as it once was closed. Now, should it ever be closed that tightly? Probably not. But just be aware of this during this time, that the feelings that will come forward are going to be intense and they're going to be powerful. Our subconscious tarot message is the Child reversed. Subconsciously, we're afraid to take that leap into what we really want. We're afraid to kind of go that extra mile or go after what it is that we want. We're kind of redefining ourselves as well. We're starting a hero's journey. And a hero's journey is always started with laughter and mocking. Oh yeah, you think you could do that? Oh yeah, you think you could be this? Oh yeah, type of thing. But I always think of Perseus. I always think of the Greek myth of Perseus when he goes out to slay Medusa. And he's like, I'm going to go slay this Gorgon, right? And everybody laughs at him. And they're like, yeah, sure, you're going to be the one who can, slay this Gorgon, who turns everybody else, every hero, every person who tries into stone. But you're going to do it. Little Perseus, little Percy is going to go and do it. And he does. He does. And when he comes back, they're all amazed for a second. And then it's like, oh, I totally believed in you. And that's life. That's life right there. You go to set out to do something that is considered impossible or that people don't think you can do. They mock you, they ridicule you. You do it. If you succeed, you get, oh, I always knew you could do it. If you don't, I always knew you couldn't. Either way, they're always going to be right. And it's not about them, it's about you. What are you afraid of? And what do you want to leap after? Our subconscious Luna message. Oh, interesting. Is show the world the real you, and that's reversed. And so is growth. It will be growth for us to show the world the real us. Subconsciously, we're afraid to. Subconsciously, this moon is going to be kind of pushing that to the forefront of our being as well. So just be aware. We're going to be afraid to show the world the real us, and yet we're going to be called to show the world the real us. And that's going to be a big thing. Okay. All right, Aries. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I'm sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all and stay safe. Oh, and I don't think I said, but if you would like to enter to receive a free reading, put a snowman in a comment box below. A person will be chosen at random and announced on the 1st of January in a completely separate reading. So good luck to everyone. And don't be scammed by anybody contacting you in the comment box. It will not be me. So again, don't be scammed. And if you're interested in purchasing a private reading, a private personalized meditation, or a healing, check out my website, daneharttarot.com. It's linked in the description box below. Okay, now let's clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. This cleanse and meditation will be accompanied by a loud sound. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Aries. May blessings and prosperity always be with you. I love you all. God bless. And have a blessed moon and happy holidays. Bye.